Hey there, it's Miss Gretta here with the Literacy Lab, and I'm here to read you a story. Today's story is called True Blue. This story is about a dog named Blue, his owner JD, and his doggy friend Molasses. In this story, will show us how trusting a dog can be to their owner and to their friend. We'll go over how loyalty and how listening to your gut is something that is what you need to do. Because sometimes you need to listen to your gut when you feel that something isn't quite right. And it can end up helping out others if you do that. So first I wanted to kind of explain the book a little bit. This is going to be a little bit different of a reading session. We're going to be reading what's called a chapter book. Now chapter books are like little stories in the main story. So every video I read is going to be from this book, but we're going to kind of read how it's broken up to tell a full story. Because sometimes you need time to sit and reflect on what you read, think about what you read and how you feel. And it's hard to always read an entire book in one sitting. So sometimes you just need a little break, and chapters are really helpful to break that up. But before we begin, I wanted to go over a couple vocab words with you that we're going to come across in this book. Okay? First one is molasses. Now, molasses is the name of Blue's best friend. And molasses is also a thick syrup-like liquid that is slow-moving when poured. I would think about honey or syrup that you pour on your pancakes. That's really slow pouring, isn't it? It doesn't pour quite as quick as water, does it? So molasses pours really, really slow. And we're going to see why molasses is named molasses. The next word is tracking. Now, tracking is related to dogs especially. A lot of dogs do this. This is the ability for a dog to detect, recognize, and follow a scent. Have you ever seen a dog where their eyes get so focused on a squirrel or a bird or another animal and they just constantly are watching it? That's called tracking. We also do tracking with our fingers while we're reading, right? Yeah. This last word isn't in the chapter or the book. However, it's kind of the theme of the book, and I wanted to go over it because it is really important to know. And it's loyalty. And loyalty is a strong feeling of importance or connection to someone. Loyal to a friend, a family member, someone you really care about, somebody that's very important to you. Loyalty is when you'll stand up for somebody or you'll stay with them for as long as they need you there. Okay, so let's begin this book. True Blue by Joan Elste, illustrated by Diane DeSilva Ryan. Published by Grosset and Dunlap. Chapter 1. My dog has the best sniffing nose east of the Mississippi River. Blue can sniff out a mole in a hole, a coon in a hollow, or a possum up a tree. He can sniff the breeze and tell which way you are coming from. Then he'll bark and let everybody know you are about to show up. There's Blue, there's JD. Blue's best friend is a little dog named Molasses. You can guess how Molasses got his name. He's as slow as the day is long. Molasses belongs to our neighbor Walter Grange. See how Molasses got his name? I bet he's a pretty slow-moving dog, isn't he? We'll see. Blue always knows when Molasses is coming over. His ears perk up, he sniffs the air, and he looks down the road. Then suddenly he jumps up, barking. Sure as anything, Walter and Molasses come by in Walter's old pickup truck. Those two dogs always act like they have not seen each other in years. They chase each other around the yard until Molasses gets tired. That doesn't take long. Blue tries to get him to play some more. But old Molasses, He just lies down, huffing and puffing, his tongue hanging out a mile. See Molasses' tongue hanging out? He must be pretty tired, isn't he? Molasses still goes hunting with Walter. I can't picture Molasses tracking even a snail. He is nothing like Blue. Blue is fast. He can pick up a scent right away on account of his great nose. Dad says there's not a better hunting dog in the whole country. Even every Saturday during hunting season, off they go together. But one Saturday, Blue went hunting with Dad and didn't come home. That's the day I want to tell you about. Okay, that was chapter 1. So in chapter 1, we were introduced to a couple different characters in a few words, right? Some of the characters are Blue, Molasses, JD, Dad, and Walter, right? We got to keep in mind those characters because they show up the entire book. And so we also got informed that Blue has a really good sniffing nose, doesn't he? Yeah, I wonder if that's going to play a role later on in the book. We'll have to keep that one in mind, okay? Yeah. And then I also just wanted to kind of ask you, do you wish you had something like that was like Blue's amazing sniffer? Do you wish you had supervision, super quick feet, super jumping? Okay, well, today we've learned the word molasses and why the dog's named after a very slow liquid, tracking, and what the hunting dogs are doing, right? They watch where everybody is and where the animals are. And then we also learned about loyalty. We're going to come across this, or we're going to say this word several times in this book. Okay, I look forward to reading with you next time for chapter 2. See you later.